The object, appearing enormous, flew low over swampy terrain. He stopped his care to observe it. The object hovered aimlessly over the swampy edges of the River Yare, displaying a wide ring of 7 or more lights. Each light was a large, clearly defined sphere, described as like a bright red cherry, interspersed with turquoise and white lights, and no sound was heard. As Mr. Y continued driving, the object flew parallel to him. Once outside St. Helens, it crossed about 300 yards behind him and descended slowly, meandering above distant hedges, with the red lights now reduced to 4 and rotating slowly. Mr. Y stopped again, using his torch to signal for about 10 minutes, during which the object weaved back and forth without settling. He then continued to his destination. Upon arrival, the red lights were still visible, so he left his rear lights on to face the object. When his friends came out, they both saw the object playing hide-and-seek between the treetops. As Mr. Y continued to ride, the lights eventually disappeared from view. And then between 9 and 10 p.m. on March the 1st, 1972, Mr. Y found himself compelled to travel to the cliffside at Compton Bay, intrigued by an unexpected tidal surge, which seemed to be partly caused by a droning underwater craft. From his position he noticed 2 yellow points of light that appeared like the eyes of a monstrous sea creature. He estimated that these eyes were about 40 feet away and just below the sea surface, resembling a periscope. The lights eventually disappeared and the tide subsided. He never mentioned any of this to his daughter. So what on earth was this odd entity? Well, one point that often gets mentioned inaccurately is that the entity refers to itself as Sam. This name's been attached to the entity, but if you look closely at the report, it does mention that the entity says it does not have a name. The phrase, "Hello, and I am all colours, Sam," is also sometimes misrepresented as, "Hello, I am all colours, Sam." So what is this phrase, "Hello, and I am all colours, Sam"? And what does the report mean about the words not being in a regular sequence? We of course didn't see the written text, so we can't tell what order the words were written in, and the phrase itself doesn't sound too out of the ordinary. But if the entity doesn't have a name, what else could this phrase mean? There's this all-important comma here. This suggests that he was referring to the kids as Sam, and not himself.